Hey Pisces star seeds, it's Sweet Spirit Mystic. How is everyone doing today? Thank you so much for your messages and emails, checking up on me. I so appreciate it. As you know, it can feel like we're operating alone oftentimes, but it's comforting to know that you're all here. All right, so let's see what the messages are. I don't know if we'll see any faces in the clouds. It's wanting to be stormy here. We'll see. We need that rain. Rain and wind are wonderful, clearing out energy. All right, wow. So we are starting out with the High Priestess. So that is Pisces energy for sure. Underneath, we have the Justice card. So I have a feeling, Pisces, that even though there's a lot going on, that you have transcended above it. And in a way, you're this peacemaker in your community, your family, your work, whoever you come in contact with. You have this beautiful way of communicating in a very loving and balanced way. You're also very observant, and you keep a lot of information to yourself. If you look at this image here, actually, see that owl? So owls can see in the dark, and they're very wise, and yet the High Priestess is flying above the owl. And then even here on this Justice card, this figure has wings, like those black-necked cranes that come from Tibet and settle into Bhutan in the Himalayas. There's so much power and reverence when you go to places like that. And it's this visualization that your consciousness, your unconsciousness, that energy that you have soars above that. So it's this friendly reminder of don't forget who you are. Don't forget the power that is within you. Others feel it. When you walk into a room, strangers want to talk to you or ask you things. Where are you from? There's just this curiosity that comes with your energy. And it's because you are this healer. You embody this. You have been through so many lifetimes. And the King of Swords is someone who is learned, who has studied. And it can be in these past lives, it's these memories that are reawakening in yourself, where you just know with a capital K certain things. And you do, it's difficult. We have to be careful who we share things with. Because if it's not the right type of energy, it can cause doubt when there is no reason ever for you to doubt yourself and what you know and what you feel and what your intuition shows to you. We also have the Three of Pentacles right after this King of Swords. So this has to do with your work here. You can officially be in the healing professions, have studied that. And you operate as this guide with the Six of Swords because you've been guided. So now you're at this point where you can guide others. Again, more birds. Nine of Pentacles. And what this is doing is it's creating this independence for you. The Nine of Pentacles, it talks about, actually let me read it for you out of this book. Just because each artist, each tarot maker, they have a connection with the images, and this Nine of Pentacles talks about a balance of the material with the spiritual. It is material well-being and the discipline in order to attain such. So we need the physical to keep us grounded, because that spiritual essence that can take us so high and far. But we have to remember, we are here on earth to experience life as earthly beings, as human beings. It's a different experience because we have these physical bodies that help us feel. Okay, otherwise, we're just like the air in the sky. It is understanding and appreciating the wealth that one already possesses. So rather than being this feeling of, I need to do more or know more, it's actually tapping into what you already know and definitely being grateful for that. And that's what gets you to this Ten of Pentacles. It's having this abundance of resources, whether it's energy or tangible wealth, health. In a way, you're operating as this shaman. And the term shaman, it comes from Siberia, which is very north, very cold, very remote in the winter. But then also they have these really extreme summers of heat. But it really speaks to someone who is a healer and has been. And it is not an easy path. Because as a shaman, you've learned to heal yourself, everything that you've been through. And now you can impart this knowledge onto others that seek it. It's not anything you're pushing down anyone's throat. It's really like, oh, can I sit with you? Can I speak with you? Can I learn from you? So it's the opposite of dogma. It's this awakening, this internal knowledge to whoever you come in contact with. The High Priestess has this knowing energy, but it's not pushed out like, let's say, the Hierophant, which is that teacher that people sit at their feet and they're told what to believe. With the High Priestess energy, you draw it out. You let others come to their own knowledge, their own conclusions based on their own experience. Wow, and at the bottom we have the Ten of Cups and Temperance, followed by the Ace of Swords. This reminds me of a Buddhist teaching, is you find your own truth. You might be the type that likes to study different religions, different cultures, and you're like, you know what, I can see how all of that is true. And this is something that is divinely guided with the Ten of Cups and the Temperance energy. Ancestor messages. And we have the World card here. So this talks about cycles. In the major arcana, This is the last card before the Fool starts again. 10:09 on the clock. Something about October 9th. What moon cycle is that? Is that a quarter moon? Or close to it? So you're going to connect in with this Chariot energy that's going to move you in a particular direction, a new direction. I feel like what it's doing is the Six of Cups talks about the past, the Hermit, all right, those past things. Then we have the Hierophant and the Magician. So it's leaving the past, leaving what you've learned behind. With the Page of Pentacles and the Tower, there's going to be these sudden shifts. We have the Tower and the Lovers, where you will be faced with a choice. All right, does this still work for me? Or does it not? Do I still need to be this hermit and hide, let's say, in like a cave? Or is it more of you're transcending out of this cave with the High Priestess? And it's bringing balance, okay? The hermit sits in the cave and meditates. But the balance of that is living in the world, teaching, showing to those that are interested. You know, it could be that you're going to get an advanced degree or take classes. Do it. It's part of your destiny, part of your work here on the planet. And, you know, the times in which we live, we have to have degrees and diplomas and things like that. Not that it's necessary, but as far as credibility in the world that we live, people look for that. But it's something that you've already known, already experienced. You're just reawakening it. So with the Seven of Cups and the Knight of Wands, you have options. You're definitely free with the Page of Wands, Knight of Swords. You're not stuck. You're not trapped. You're moving very quickly through this energy. There is speed here with the Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords. That is fast. The minute you think it, it pops up on your radar. And you're like, wait a minute, how am I seeing this in my feed? I was just thinking about this. And then you go down this wonderful rabbit hole of knowledge. So pay attention to where you're led. All right, let's see what else. We also have the Three of Wands. This talks about the future, going on a journey, like looking at it like from a mountaintop. Like as the hermit, you're looking out of this secluded cave and you're seeing all these possibilities that are before you of where you can go, what you can do. And as you follow your heart, Page of Cups, this is always the Pisces energy for me. It's like you're sharing this love with everyone that you come in contact with. You are a defender, a protector with the Seven of Wands. And that's the thing. If you look at this Page of Cups or even feel it, it has this beautiful innocence to it. Not naive, but just this open-hearted, open mind kind of energy where others outside may not think of you as being strong or powerful. But when they get to know you, it's a whole different experience of like, wow, even though you present yourself in this young way, you have this depth of knowledge and this power. And that is what's going to bring you this Wheel of Fortune and the Hanged Man. The Hangman is about surrendering. The Wheel of Fortune is, as the world turns, as things change, there is going to be new insight, new energy, new wealth. Let's read this Wheel of Fortune. And this is the Shadowscapes Tarot deck by Stephanie Law. All right, so let's see. The Wheel of Fortune. Destiny. The weaving of life's threads coming together. Fate, turning points, movement and change, patterns and cycles, an interconnected world. The knotwork in the stained glass window is a single golden thread without start or finish. So think of it, it's cycles. Fate in my mind is the things that happen to us, the things that are in our birth chart, those agreements that we made to come here on this earth to fulfill. Destiny is what you do with those moments. Do you let them hinder you, make you retreat, make you bitter? Or do you use that as fuel for your inner work that helps others? As a way of like, hey, I've been through something similar. If I can do it, you can do it. And that's it. The Hanged One is about surrendering. That's also Pisces energy. Letting the divine do things for you, your ancestors. All you have to do is ask. Two of Swords. Underneath that is the King of Pentacles. Any type of doubt that you have, it slows the process down. It doesn't change it, but it just makes it slow. So that first thought that comes into your mind, that's your divine mind that's connected to that demi-monde, that spirit world. And it's your human mind that makes you doubt. Oh wait, no, that's not. That's unreasonable. No, that doesn't make any sense. But then realize that that first thought, that was your divine mind. Remember, anything that we can imagine can come true, can be created, can be made manifest. We might have to catch up even technologically, but we have so much capacity in our mind that we can tap into. As we do this shaman work, there are things you just know, Pisces. And yet again, it has to be shared at the proper time, in the proper way. And that's the part that we're learning. Because perhaps in the past, you were spot on, you knew things. But the delivery system, the timing wasn't right. So others may have shunned it. We have the Emperor and the Four of Cups. So as operating as an emperor, you know what you know. The Four of Cups can speak of contemplation. When do you make these moves? How do you make them? Four of Cups. Self-absorption. Introspection. Sinking too deeply into one's own concerns and being lost in reveries. Awareness of anything else fades and the world seems gray. All right, so you could be dealing with an emperor type of energy, someone who knows what they know. So it can be hard to get through to someone like that. This is Aries energy specifically, because there's this strong ego nature. That's the very beginning of the zodiac journey. They're the first house, first sign. Pisces, you are the last house, the 12th sign. So you've gone through all these Aries placements all the way through Pisces. So you have a depth of knowledge. This Emperor, they're brand new. They're like a baby soul. So remember the audience. Who are you talking to? Don't discount what you've been through, all the knowledge that you've experienced. Because there is a force here that I feel like makes you doubt yourself. And remember, it's not intentionally, it's just part of their nature. You know, Emperors, Aries, they're very egocentric. Ruled by Mars, first house. So that's just part of their makeup. But remember your makeup. And they do like to fight. Go in head first. So remember, pick your battles. They may not be as open-minded. So we have the Queen of Wands here. That's another fire sign energy with the Ace of Cups, King of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. So there is some kind of commitment coming your way that's very stable. You're going to feel really good around this person. And it doesn't always have to be romance. Generally, it's not, actually. It could be a working environment. But there's past life feeling there with the Ace of Cups. So you're going to be able to tap into these emotions that maybe you thought you'd never feel again. Will I ever be happy again? Will I ever feel contentment? Love? Will I have that fire under me again? Because this Emperor and the Four of Cups, this also can speak to apathy, where you just don't care anymore. But that's not part of your existence, not long term, 22. So things may shift around. With Queen of Wands energy, this is someone who's resilient, attractive. They don't look like what they've been through. And that's why it can be hard, because people can discount your path. But the ones that do, they're not meant to be with you. They're not meant to share your path with you, because the ones that appreciate everything that you've gone through and see it as this initiation, those are the ones that really understand you on a soul level. And that's how you know you found your community. King of Wands. So we have a lot of court cards here and major arcana. So big time shifts. You'll know who people are by how they act. Not necessarily what they say. They need to show it. Because with all this King and Queen of Wands, these are action-oriented signs. They just do it. Okay? The King of Pentacles takes their time, but when they move, they know their direction. They've planned for it. They've, packed up all of the food and supplies that you'll need. You want to hang out with the King of Pentacles because they always have what you need. They might have a lot of luggage with them, but they'll have what you need when you need it. They're very good at planning. Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, Two of Wands. You will be faced with a choice. This has to do with work, which will mean you'll have to let go of things that are no longer serving you. And you know this, Pisces. You've probably been ready with one foot out the door for a while now. And now what the universe is doing, which is wonderful, is it's it has created a strategy for you. When you look back, you'll be like, yep, all those things needed to happen in order for you to receive what you're justly due. Okay, so this could have to do with legal situations with the King of Swords, and the Justice card, and the Magician, and the Hermit. Like, a lot of things needed to line up. The universe had to, do certain things. You had to do certain things. But now it's all going to make sense. That all those things that were hard needed to happen so that you could receive this blessing. It's a big reminder how important timing is. Micromanaging the universe, not a good idea, right? We have our timeline, but the universe has their own. So it does speak about patience and not making any big decisions yet, just watching what unfolds. Because then you'll know. Things will start moving around you and you're like, okay, this is what I need to do. So really take that time for yourself to meditate and contemplate and look at everything that's been happening. Like those big milestones. You're like, okay, and then that happened, and then that happened. Wow, and now this. So see if you can connect the dots. All right, Pisces? Follow your heart always. Always be curious about what lights you up. Because we do have the Sun card here. So it's meant to shine your light. Pay attention to the light. Yes, you have been through, betrayals emotionally. You carry a lot. Your well is very deep, but the water on the surface is still. And it's because of these past disappointments that these new opportunities are coming to you. Now is the time to rest, because there is a lot of conflict around of energy. You feel like you're going against the grain. So just take some rest, because all of this is being created around you. It's not originating with you. There is a Queen of Pentacles that is going through judgment for what they've done energetically. So we have the Star, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. So because you haven't cut through anyone yet, this opportunity that's coming towards you is very powerful. It's something that you're not expecting. And there can be some frustration and anxiety around all the time that you have invested. And you can feel like nothing's happening, but that's not true. So pay attention to this new moon, which is on October 2nd. It's also an eclipse. So there is more energy being pushed out. So just pay attention to that. So anything that's been burdening you, anything that's been making you feel a bit stuck, all of that's going to be pushed away. You have an incredible amount of strength. And you are focusing on your own happiness. And that's what gives you the ability to take what's important with you. The Nine of Wands is that wounded warrior, that Chiron energy, the wounded healer. A healer and a warrior is very similar. Going back to the shaman, they have to fight entities, break curses. But that's what allows healing to happen. And knowing that you're supported by energy that you cannot see. You get to direct it. You ask for help. And that's what really helps you to be free from pain, is you ask your guides, your ancestors, the divine, for help to show you. What do you need to see? What do you need to be aware of? How do you need to act or move or view a situation? If you need stability, ask for that. And it may come in a way that you're not expecting. But that is, this fall, winter, these next 4 months, that's what's going to happen. In a way, you've been hibernating and then come out of it with completely changed energy. Like, you think about a hibernating bear. While they're asleep, they use up all their reserves. And they come out very slim. And then they do it again. Okay, so you may have noticed, some extra weight, but you still look great. That's the thing. So don't get down on yourself. No, it's energy that needs to be transmuted and changed forms. So be sure to drink a lot of water to help flush out your cells. All right, is there any other messages for Pisces? Eight of Swords. What else? Six of Swords. Yep, you're being led out of a place that seemed quite stuck. And it's peaceful. You almost look at these two birds as the one that was trapped. This little hummingbird let it out, and then it can fly on its own. And crows are often symbols of ancestors. And this crane is above them. And then there's a figure resting on that crane, very peacefully. So there's a 3-3-3-3. There is, and then this is the Three of Pentacles at the bottom. So this is part of your work to help guide others. And it's because you have been guided out yourself. By someone before you, by another shaman. So pay attention, definitely pay attention to these new moons coming up and the moon cycles through the rest of the year, because there will be energies that reveal itself to you. There's a mask that comes off. So who are you underneath all of those old belief systems? There's also some mushrooms in this. So if you use psychedelics in any way to help you disconnect from past teachings, past beliefs, and whatever it is, you'll be very successful in it. and you'll be very happy. So even if it's frightening because it's new, you have a lot of helpers. So keep going, Pisces. This is your time. All right. I love you. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon.